Hello everybody, Josh here from JWCP Productions and welcome to this week's video. For this week's video we are talking about The Purge. So about 1 or 2 weeks ago the Purge election year trailer came out. So this is the third in the, well now trilogy I guess you could say, the third film out of the Purge series, and I'm not going to lie, it probably looks the best out of all of them. So the Purge one was probably the worst in Anarchy, and this looks the best, but haven't seen it yet, so I'm looking forward to see it. So this brings me on to the topic of today, and that is, would a Purge actually work in real life? First of all, we've got to talk about what actually is the Purge. The Purge is a fictional event based in a fictional world, which is America, fictional America, and the idea is that in this fictional America, crime is at just under 1%. So it's the best probably in the entire world, and the reason why it's at 1% is because for 12 hours a year all crime is legal. You can do literally anything you want apart from a couple of things that I'll talk about in a minute, and that means you can murder people, rob banks, rob shops, smash shops, steal cars, vehicles, stuff like that. So and the idea is that people let all their anger out on that one day, and then they don't commit crime for the rest of the year. So the rules of this is that firstly, you cannot use explosives. Secondly, you can't use grade 3 weapons, which is like tanks, RPGs, missiles and stuff like that. You can't use things like that, and you can't kill high officials in America, so that would be people like the president and things like that. So first we're going to talk about why it could possibly work. It could work because I guess you could say people can store up all their anger and then release it on that one night, and then they'll have an incentive not to kill or to commit a crime, not to kill, like commit a crime for the rest of the year. And I guess you could say because they could do it for those 12 hours, they won't have to do it again, and then crime is at an all-time low. And I guess it would be quite a good idea if you didn't want crime for the rest of the year. However, for me, I couldn't disagree more. I don't think the Purge would ever work in the real world, ever. It's a ridiculous idea. The idea that people, so the idea for the film is that people purge or kill and steal and stuff like that for that one night. If we're going to take murder as an example, that's probably the best example. Not many people in the world actually want to kill people. That's quite a big one for this, because not many people want to actually go and kill people. The likelihood of actually there being hundreds of thousands of people going out and killing people that night is seriously unlikely. You'll get a very few of them actually going to kill them. So the idea that you have this urge to kill on that one night is quite unlikely. Is it alright if I finish early, boss? I've got to protect my house for the Purge tonight. What are you doing for the Purge? Oh, I think I'm killing about 25 people. Should be a good night. Second thing is, although it's technically legal to commit these crimes, murder and stealing and shoplifting, things like that, especially if this like rule was to be introduced like now, where like I'd be 16 and like, or if you're like 20 and 30 and stuff, where you've been brought up with morals not to do this, not to commit that, not to do that, then let's say you were to go out and kill someone or go and steal something from a shop, the next day the likelihood is most people have morals and they will feel bad about their action and what they did, and they have to live with it, especially if they were to see like a family who's been affected by their crime or something like that. You'd start to get well, angry and kind of depressed that you actually went and did that. So because of your morals and things like that, you don't just forget about it after the Purge, after 12 hours. You don't just snap and then you're back and nothing ever happened. You will feel grief, and you will probably feel bad about doing so. Got my anger out last night on the Purge, killed some middle-aged woman innit. Don't worry, it's no one we knew, she was proper ugly. You killed... Oh, Dave.
Mate, I'm so sorry, yeah?
Now we're going to talk about the real reason why the purge would never work, and that is because of after the purge, the aftermath of the purge. When the purge actually finishes, you're not going to just go back to normal. There's going to be dead people on the streets, the shops are going to be destroyed, cars, vehicles going to be ruined, the outside of your house would possibly just have like been completely messed up and destroyed and things like that. So you can't physically go back and live a normal life because of the destruction that is likely to take place after the purge. So in terms of that, it's not a one night thing, it's not just for 12 hours. I'd say it's for the next like month and a half that you have to live with this. Also, if someone was to have the urge to commit a crime or commit a crime like attack someone or something like that, then they're not gonna want to probably wait 7 months for this one night. The likelihood is in their moment of rage and anger, they're gonna wanna do it then. Let's say this guy was gonna like kill someone in a gang or something. They're not gonna wait 7 months. They're gonna want to do it when they're angry, when they want to do it like immediately. Also, the purge finishes at 7 in the morning, so the police are not going to be around to pick everything up, ambulances, fire trucks, for at least another half an hour to 45 minutes, because the possibility that police and the services are going to be purging as well is quite likely. There might be people there, so they're not going to arrive bang on 7 when it finishes to clear everything up and do everything. So they can't possibly enforce a law to stop killing at bang on 7. People will still raid shops and kill and attack and commit arson and stuff like that throughout the whole, like for probably the next half an hour or something like that. So the idea you can't possibly enforce this law.
Daryl, you can't do this, man. Look, it's 7 o'clock. The purge is finished, man. This is illegal, mate. This is illegal. Come on, please. Oh, Dave. Officer Paxman was purging last night. He's not gonna come help you for another half an hour. Now.
Finally, if the purge was real and it was to happen, to reiterate all my other points, there would be ruin, destruction, chaos, and especially through like politicians, there'd be some politicians that probably may not even, they could have been killed and things like this. And the idea is that the whole of society would go into anarchy afterwards, because systems would have been ruined. So let's say the chief of police was killed in that attack or something like that, there'd be no one to run the police, there'd be no one to run this, and it would just be crazy. And the likelihood is the purge could continue over even more days than those just 12 hours because of that reason. Also, it has a knock-on effect. If someone was to kill a really close family member, the likelihood is people have vengeance and they'll want justice and possibly go out for the next year's purge and attack them. And then that would have a knock-on effect from their family. It would build up, more people will get attacked, more deaths would happen, and it would just build right up until the possibility that almost the whole city is going out and purging that night is definitely a possibility. Overall, like I just said, the purge could not happen. I love the idea for the storyline itself, and for a film, it's just such a cool idea. I really enjoyed Purge Anarchy. Not so much the first one, if I'm being totally honest with you, but the second one I really enjoyed, and I'm really looking forward to election year. Let me know if you thought I've missed any good points out, whether you disagree or agree with the statement, and maybe what your favourite one was. If you also did like this video, leave a like, and if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, subscribe. Josh from JWCP. I'll see you later. The Purge election year trailer came out about a week ago.